You're listening to the Muffin Junkee serves tunes with your tea. British Columbia's grooviest lo-fi music podcast.
Good morning, kiddos. Your Muffin Junkee pod host here, the raving loony, Jay Daniels. And I'm excited because we're about to kick off the first podcast of 2015, and in great style it shall be, because seated next to me on the brand new saffron psychedelic flowered couch that we have here in the Muffin Junkee studio is our special musical guest out of Auburn, Georgia. He's been making incredible music under the name of Eshniner Forest since 1997. I'd like to welcome Ryan Bousquet. Good morning, Ryan, and welcome to the Muffin Junkee.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be your first guest for 2015. This is awesome. This is going to be cool. Welcome, 2015, and thank you, Muffin Junkee.
Now, before we begin the interview about your music, the music of Eshniner Forest, Ryan, I just happened to notice the magnificent glow outside the window of the Muffin Junkee studio. Courtesy of that giant ball in the sky, our solar benefactor, a star that's 4.5 billion years old in the center of our solar system. That's right, the sun. Now, Ryan, you have an album about the sun. It's called Spectacle Sunrise. So why don't we start the interview by having you talk a little bit about how did this album come together?
Spectacle Sunrise. It's kind of a long story. I'm going to try to sum it up as quick as I can. But the main thing with Spectacle Sunrise was that I had very little time to record things. And I was living up in Virginia at the time, and whenever I got a free weekend, I would drive down to Georgia and record, and I would literally have maybe less than 12 hours to write and record, and plus, I had family time to spend, and then usually I would spend the night working on a song or recording something and have to drive up in the morning high on caffeine. Anyways, the album was it's kind of like the songs aren't as rich sounding as later stuff and earlier stuff. It's kind of withdrawn. It's more acoustic sounding. There's not many piano instruments or keyboard instruments on it. Tonal wise, it's just kind of kept it simple. I used a ukulele on one song. Mostly acoustic guitar, a few fuzz tones here and there, drums, but for the most part, it's kind of a laid-back album. The title, Spectacle Sunrise, I was really into, questioning history and questioning origins, and from the perspective of an early human on Earth, they probably looked up to the sky and noticed the sun as, the thing that gave life and was the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And it was just, they revolved their whole life around it. And the idea of it being a spectacle, every single day just kind of was an interesting idea to me, a spectacle sunrise. And it happens every single day. And, you could take that on any sort of path, whether it be religious or scientific. The sun is something to respect, ultimately, because it gives life. It's the thing that gives everything, and it's a spectacle. It's a beautiful thing, and I was just trying to imagine stories that could have been based around that. And, that kind of curiosity, that kind of wonderment, that's what Spectacle Sunrise is to me.
Now, Ryan, you have mentioned that Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys songwriter and creative genius and co-founder, is a huge influence on your music and on the music of Spectacle Sunrise in general. And now I'm going to play a track from this excellent album of yours, Spectacle Sunrise. It's called Love of a Day, and it has a very Brian Wilson and even Van Dyke Parks vibe to it. I just have to say, Ryan, that Love of a Day is a beautiful song. And what can you tell the listeners about it before I play it in a few moments here?
Yeah, Love of a Day. That song is basically about the love of a day. There is a lot of lyrics in the song. When it comes to choruses, I'm kind of brief on this album for some reason. Like, I don't go more than 4 or 5 times when I say the chorus. But the verses, there's a lot of ideas floating around in the verses. Like I say, this song, we're a beacon. Our identities are reflecting, like a beacon into outer space or to each other. It is a little pop song. It's kind of rocking. It's upbeat, up tempo. I just wanted to be happy. I was thinking about the Beach Boys when I was writing it, particularly more so the album Friends. Yeah, pretty cool.
Now, Spectacle Sunrise was your sixth album. How would you compare it to its predecessor, your fifth album, Spooky Blue Translucent Goons, and indeed all your other early albums up to that point, including the Halloween tape?
My albums before Spectacle Sunrise. The first one would be Halloween tape. That one was recorded mostly on a 4-track, like a cassette 4-track, and there was only 4 tracks per song, but I did my best to cheat the system, you could say. I would make tracks on a computer, which was at the time the most advanced computer I had was like a 486 Pentium, and I would like put as much stuff as I could into that little track, and then I would put that onto a tape cassette and then put that into the 4-track, and then I would have 3 other tracks to mess around on. But that album was about Halloween from the perspective of a little kid, my perspective as a kid, and it's kind of a childlike record, childhood sort of record to me. Barbarian Time Travel, I was trying to step it up a notch. Again, it was recorded on a 4-track cassette machine, and I did similar things, but I was trying to be more mature than I was. And then Super Barbarian Time Travel 2, that one I stepped up the technology. I got a digital 8-track, and I started messing around with that thing and recording and writing songs, and I was still learning a lot. Like, if you listen to that, the mixes are kind of weird to me. They're not bad songs in a way. I would record a lot at night, and I don't particularly like the way I sing on some of the songs. I just was a little bit immature, and I can hear my youth self on them. I was in my early 20s, and had a lot of angst and all kinds of things going on in my life. And that's what those things are about. But and then Spooky Blue Translucent Goons is me trying to be even more mature and trying to move past it. Though there's some really good songs on Spooky Blue Translucent Goons, stuff like Northern Land and Shadows Sleep. That stuff's pretty good. I was using the same technology as I used on Spectacle Sunrise, but I was still learning. And Spectacle Sunrise, I'm still learning. I was still learning, and I'm still learning to this day. I'm just trying to get better and better and better at recording. And if I had to promote something, I'd promote something between Spectacle Sunrise and my latest album. The thing I'm most proud of right now is Temples and Pyramids. So I'd try to put, if I had to say, hey, listen to something I made to someone that I just met, I'd say Temples and Pyramids.
Spectacle Sunrise is a concept album. I think that's fair to say, Ryan, and hope you'd agree with that terminology. But it has 18 songs on it. Would you lead us into 2 amazing songs from Spectacle Sunrise, Love Like the Sun and Sunrise?
Yes, thank you. Spectacle Sunrise is a concept album, and that's cool that you saw that or heard that. Love Like the Sun it's the second to last song on the album. It's quite a long song. It's almost 5 minutes, I think. It's just a very simple chord progression, light, nothing too heavy, but there are a lot of lyrics, and I wanted it to be kind of romantic tone. It's about, living in the moment and enjoying life, being at peace. That's what that song's about for the most part. And then Sunrise is a song about, it's from a perspective of a girl or a woman who also just wants to enjoy life and have a good future and not getting hung up on things. And it's about the struggle between having problems and enjoying life and finding a balance. That's what that song's about.
Forget about tomorrow. I'll stay up all night. Forget about your sorrow. They are just not right. I'll give in to the fight. Let the sleep into your eyes. And forget about the past. And yet wants to rise. It just won't ever last. Don't bring it to your surmise. It'll never tame those bones. Leave your sadness alone. And don't be no fool. It's my golden rule. I just want to believe I could be set free. Much like the sky and those clouds never coming down. I could have no doubt. Love is all around. Love like the sun it showers. I could have no doubt. What's around the bend? What's around the bend? What's around the bend? Happiness, my friend. What's around the bend? Happiness, my friend. Happiness, my friend. Happiness, my friend. Looking for a fresh start, and though it seems we are worlds apart, I see into your happy gaze a young woman's playful grace. But now is not the time look out in the streets of town, it seems that love has broken down. All I know is I want out of vagrant's words from a ghost town. But now is not the time. Feel the sun shine, but now is not the time. Feel the sun rise. Will I wait for her? Will I be there for her? Will I fall for her? Will I be there for her? For now is not the time. Feel the sun shine. For now is not the time. Feel the sun rise.
Now, Ryan, we just heard two songs of yours, Love Like the Sun and Sunrise. Both of them are excellent. Love Like the Sun in particular, it's just beautiful, outstanding musicianship and vocals. I think it's a magnificent song.
I like it too. I remember when I was writing it, I was like, well, it only has like 5 or 6 chords in the song on the guitar. And then to change it up a bit, I had to come up with a bass progression that made it seem like there was something different happening. And I remember that being somewhat challenging. And then I used like an electronic drum kit, not my standard, just regular drum sound, to kind of make it sound different. And it has that vocal solo sort of thing, a harmonic vocal chorus thing going on. Yeah, I was surprised. It turned out completely different from what I had originally was trying to do. I was just going to have it be like a little acoustic song, but it turned out to be a little bit more than that.
Now, the final song that I'm going to play from Spectacle Sunrise by Eshniner Forest is called Ages Past. Could you talk about that song briefly, Ryan? And could you also comment on the controversial theory that the sun is a conscious living being, and your opinion on that?
You're picking the hits tonight. Ages Past is a romantic kind of somber little pop gem. The hook in it is just la 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 la, but it has a lot of lyrics. There's a lot of thought went into it. It's about a girl who's looking up at the stars and just wants to get away from it all. There's brief references to life problems in the lyrics, and she just wants to break away and go out there in outer space and hang out with the aliens and just she's just in total awe and wonder about the possibility of what's out there that she could enjoy and share with herself and other people and aliens and planets and galaxies and supernovas and gas giants and Plutos and Neptunes. It's just, she's in awe of it all. And it's her time of the day or night when she's looking up at the stars and just wondering in total wonderment. And as for the sun being a living object, yeah, it's alive. I believe it. It probably has a really deep voice, like deeper than that. I wonder if I had a conversation with the sun, what would he say?
1, 2, 3, 4. She lays underneath the stars looking up. Her mind it strays light years she gazed away and found a new love, found a new love. Where is her mind tonight, looking past all her tears, all those growing years, looked away and found a new love, found a new love. Feeling you'll never let things go, it all moves so slow. In a strike of hope you'll know we're holding on to ages ago. You should tell a loved one what you know. Two happy years, there's love and tears and the way. There's always a new love, always a new love, always a new love. The feeling of ages past, longing to make things last. History we contrast, but there's nothing to be ashamed. There's always another day.
Welcome back, kiddos. I hope you enjoyed that amazing song by Eshniner Forest. Right now, we're about to begin the next portion of the interview. Hold on a minute, Ryan. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's the receptionist, Stephanie.
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Daniels. There's an urgent call on line 1.
Who is it, Stephanie? I'm in the middle of an interview with Ryan here about his music.
The phone call's not for you, Mr. Daniels. It's for Ryan.
No, I see. Ryan, did you want to...
Jay, I'm sorry. I got a phone call coming in. Hello? Oh, hi, Mr. Sun.
The smoke up here. It's so smoky and hot. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
I don't know. So what's up with you, Mr. Sun?
A few months ago,
You're really scaring me, Mr. Sun.
a little man landed on me.
Yeah?
And he brought me nothing.
That,
He brought nothing.
that's terrible.
He landed on me in a little spaceship. I wasn't particularly happy about it.
Oh my god.
He collected sunspots.
You're scaring me.
I asked him, why are you here?
This is
He said,
terrifying.
I'm here
Oh.
from the planet Korea. I said, yes.
Oh, jeez.
Really? It's a planet.
My god.
Where? That's where I'm from. I know of other planets, but not planet Korea.
You,
Oh. So, he collected his sunspots, and then he left.
I'm speechless.
I
I
let him
really
have it.
don't know what to say.
What was I gonna do?
You're the scariest.
Hmm.
You're the biggest.
That was the most exciting thing
You
that happened
scare
for eons.
me.
Eons of time has passed, and I have seen nothing.
You're the
Nothing.
scariest son in the world
But
ever.
for now,
Okay?
I will
You are the scariest.
just float on by.
I didn't know the sun was so scary.
Goodbye.
And you're kind of awkward. Why? You're scary and awkward.
I am scary. I even scare myself.
Wow, folks, talk about a mind-bending moment. History has just been made, folks. The sun, that's right, the celestial body, the star that heats our Earth, called in and spoke with Ryan Bousquet of Eshniner Forest, who is my special guest here on the Muffin Junkee. There's a first time for everything, folks. That saying, it's true. Ryan, let's fast forward a bit in the future, so to speak, and talk about your 7th album, Filth. You had an interesting approach when putting the songs together for Filth. You would plug in the instruments into your computer, press record, and after the first 5 minutes, whatever subject that came to mind formed the basis, the topic of each track. It's a very punk approach. Could you talk about that method of working, and tell us more about the album Filth?
Filth. Yeah, I record kind of quickly. I didn't have much time to record Filth. I'd have like an afternoon here or there, maybe once or twice a week, to actually record something or write something and record something. And I had to do it quickly because I wasn't really writing anything at the time, but I can write things kind of fast. So I'd mess around, and generally whatever I came up with in the first 5-10 minutes, I would make a song based around that, and that was it. And then I'd start adding instruments, and it may have actually took maybe 5-6 hours to do one song. I couldn't spend all night working there because I had something to do the next morning very early. So that was the general idea behind Filth. There's a lot of Americana imagery in the songs. I reference a rumba in one song. In Little Freddie, there's some Americana imagery. Freakin' is like a play on words. It's spelled I-N-N instead of freak in. Like it's like a place. It's a hotel, a freak inn. Cheeseburgers, and there's a song called Slime of All Time. Surfing Cloud Whim. Early American people surfed, 50s and 60s surfing, rumba. I guess there's a Fred Astaire kind of reference in a weird way. Yeah, there's a lot of little Americana hints in the music, lyrically.
Now, the first song I'm going to play from your album, Filth, is Little Freddie. Ryan, who is Little Freddie? And what kind of pickup truck did he drive? Was he a Dodge, a Chevy, or a Ford kind of guy? I just want to know because I want to satisfy my curiosity and the listeners, because I am a vintage hot rod fan at heart, and I used to build models. In fact, I had all kinds of dragsters. model dragsters, usually ones replicas of Big Daddy Don Garlett's dragsters, and a lot of the Rat Fink models as well. So could you answer these two queries for us?
That's funny. I like Rat Fink too. The song Little Freddie. Little Freddie was inspired from watching Sanford and Sons. I was watching one episode or several episodes of Sanford and Sons, and I thought about Lamont. And I'm like, what does Lamont do when he goes out? Where's he going? What is his job? Isn't the job right there where he lives? You know, why isn't he working at home? You know, because it's a junkyard. So I just thought it would be funny to make up a little story about a guy who works at a junkyard with his dad to entertain himself. He's got to do something, and you know, what are you going to do in the early 70s with a beat up truck except try to pick up girls? So yeah, basically the story of Filth is a guy steals a truck and he falls in love with a girl, Sister Sue, and they just drive around and have fun together. They fall in love. And as for the truck he's driving, I guess he's driving an old Ford. An old Ford. Great questions, by the way.
I'd like to ask you now, Ryan, about the front cover of your album, Filth. I really dig it. It's very surreal. A trip, in fact. You have a late 50s or early 60s pinup girl on the front, and there's a pickup truck, a vintage white pickup, and a giant caterpillar-like monster in the back. Could you talk about how you came up with the idea for the front cover of this album, Filth?
Okay. The cover art for Filth is a compositive set of images that I got off the internet. The album is kind of like a quick album, so I wanted the cover art to be something composited and quickly made. You know, I recorded most of the songs within, whatever I came up with in the first 5 minutes of stepping up to the recording unit, I did, because I never had anything pre-written. So I was just recording, as it happened. There is some structure to it. I've had a good amount of experience recording stuff and making stuff up on the spot. So yeah, this album is a composited album, you could say. But the cover art is there's a sexy girl, pinup girl, and actually it's not a caterpillar, it's a hamburger with the tonality, the saturation taken out of the image, with a bunny face and a baby teeth at the bottom and some googly eyes. it looks really silly, and I like it. And there's an old truck. I wanted it to be kind of like American. I don't know. I wanted America to be represented.
The classic Ford truck that you mentioned earlier, Ryan. Now, you design all the incredible covers, as I mentioned, for your albums. Now, are your songs inspired by the pictures that you draw, or are the pictures inspired by the songs that you create?
Yeah, the art is inspired from the songs. Like, I'll listen to the entire album or collection of songs that I have, and I'll kind of get an impression or theme from them. And usually I do have an overall theme in the first place, but sometimes, not always. But yeah, I like when I listen to Filth or, whatever I'm listening to for the album, usually reflect the cover art. So, yeah.
Now, the songs on Filth have a dirty, raw, garage rock kind of feel to them. And with that in mind, Ryan, would you say a little bit about the songs I'm going to play next for the listeners? Freak In and Surfing Cloud Whim from Eshniner Forest's album Filth.
Yeah, it's funny you say that it sounds garage rock, because it was kind of recorded in a garage. At the time, it was recorded in a storage unit. The people that owned the storage unit let me go in there and record. I was very lucky. But as for the songs, Freakin' was inspired from, like, The Ventures. There's no lyrics. I really liked the Ventures album TV theme or Batman theme. There's a lot of good songs on that, and I was listening to that at the time, and I was just wanted like a Ventures sort of song, but my style. And then Surfing Cloud Whim, that was just a rock. I just wanted to rock, You get an idea, a couple of riffs on a guitar, and you start noodling around, and then you come up with something that's kind of heavy, and sometimes you just want to rock. Lyrically, I was thinking about the song Barabba Jaggle by Donovan, because there's a point in the lyrics where I say, "You want some love," and Barabba Jaggle, I forget, I think it's Barabba Jaggle, Donovan says something about love is hot. Love is hot. And I just wanted something like that, but I didn't say love is hot. Love is hot is pretty funny, though. But you want some love. That's what I said. And that was me referencing Donovan in a very subdued way.
It's cool and funny at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 4. over your town. The world's so nice from upside down. There's nothing here to keep me around. That's why my head is up in the clouds, and I'm not coming down, oh no. You want some love, you know you want some love. It comes from above. You know you want some love, 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 love. Oh, oh, oh,
Now, the final song from Eshniner Forest's 7th album, Filth, that we're going to hear is Love. Before I ask you about this song and you lead us into it, Ryan, what guitar did you use on this track? I love the riff that you got. It's killer, by the way. Could you talk briefly about the guitar that you used on this track? And what guitar do you favor for most of your tracks? And finally, would you lead us into this excellent song called Love from your album Filth?
The guitar I used is a electric guitar, and it's the only electric guitar I have. It's a Fender Jazzmaster, and it's more so the question would be, what guitar effect did I use on the recording? And I couldn't tell you, but I picked something gritty and raw and heavy on it. It is kind of a pop song. Lyrically, I say love is, and then I say something about love, and then the second line would be love is, and then I'd say something about love. And I was trying to make those two references, with whatever reference was in the verse, contrast each other. So I'd say love is sweet in one line, and then I'll say on the second line, love is blind, or I just wanted something to rip your heart out of your chest, kind of pain, you know. And then the chorus is one hand to hold your heart, one hand to let you go, which is another thing, you know. I just wanted to express some sort of emotion about love in a very real sense of it. Yeah, that's what love is about.
Hold your heart.
welcome back, everyone. My ears are still reverberating in a good way from that amazing, fantastic track by Eshniner off the album Filth. Now, kiddos, that ends part 1 of today's podcast on Eshniner but don't you dare go anywhere, because part 2 is coming up in a few moments. There'll be lots more interviews with Ryan Bousquet and lots of his music, the music of Eshniner lots more of it coming up. Now, kiddos, I've got a special treat for you. Courtesy of Ryan, he has handpicked a song which he's going to talk about and lead us out of part 1 before you all rejoin us for part 2 of this 2-part podcast on Eshniner All right, Ryan, over to you.
Thank you, Jay. This last song is called Only Love Phase 2. It is a little pop song. My main inspiration for it was the Electric Light Orchestra, Jeff Lynne. I like the contrasting chord progression. For the verse, it's kind of like this downward rock and roll sort of thing, and then it goes into this straightforward major chord sort of stuff on the piano. The chorus is very uplifting, and basically the message of it is only love will set you free. And I hope you like it.
You know it's unwise when you have to lie just to get yourself by. These are hard times. Searching the sky, gotta get yourself wise. Prophecy of our time, the war of our lives, and we're gonna get through it. Only love is what we are. You just gotta believe. Only love will set us free. Free. Just gotta believe. Only love will set us free. Free. And we're gonna get through it. Only love is what we are. You just gotta believe. Only love will set us free. Free. And we're gonna get through it. Only love is what we are. You just gotta believe. Only love will set us free. Free. Just gotta believe. Only love will set us free. Free.
Hey, Jay, I need some more tea. I'm running out over here.
Oh, Ryan, I am so sorry. I lost track of time here. Of course, you're parched. You've been talking about your music. Let me pour you a tea. Here we go. And there you are. What's with the bag? What it got in the bag there?
Jay, I know you probably brought your own muffins for for the show, but I also, my grandmother, she made some muffins.
Oh my goodness, you'll have to thank your grandma. I just love home-baked muffins.
They're not your typical muffins.
Oh, what do you mean exactly?
Well, you're just gonna have to see them.
I doubt I'll be surprised. I've seen all kinds of muffins. Why don't you let me have a look in the bag here?
What's wrong? What?
I don't want to be rude, but I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, my goodness.
What?
I've never seen anything like this. These are just, they're strange.
What? Really?
There's no other way to put it. I'm sorry if I'm blunt, and I don't want to hurt Grandma Bousquet's feelings, of course, but, and there's a sort of, a pungent
What?
kind of chemical kind of smell coming off of them.
Really?
Actually, Ryan, I'm not feeling that hungry right now.
They're not that bad.
I really appreciate her going above and beyond and making these muffins for me. And I'll just, why don't you give me the bag in a minute, and I'll set it aside, and I'll have some after the show. Maybe I'll be hungry then.
Well, I'm going to have to tell my grandmother that you didn't like her muffins.
Ryan, I've never said I didn't like them. I just
don't want to have to do
tell her
that.
I'll have them later and thank her. She's a sweet lady.
Now things are weird.
You know, you've been a great guest. I love the music of Eshniner Forest, and I'll have one. Your grandma went to all this trouble to make them. I'll try it. All right? I'm just gonna... Here we go. It's good cook, Ryan. It's delicious. Oh my God, what's in this?
Methane. Methane.